What's up, everybody? Hello, readers. I am here to give you my opinion of the first 4 books on One Punch Man. This is the first, I think, is it manga? Let me know in the comments below if manga is the appropriate way to say that word. Anyway, first 4 books of One Punch Man. It's the first manga I've ever read, and I enjoyed it. Granted, I need to give a little bit of a heads up. I have watched all of season 1 of One Punch Man on Netflix because currently it's for free, and I don't think One Punch Man season 2 has come out yet on Netflix or any of the streaming products that I use. Anyway, let's dig right into the book review. I will try to keep this spoiler free. I don't know how far you can go into details with these books and still maintain spoiler free. I'll do my best. First off, the art is great, so don't get used to the color, because this thing is black and white, but that did not take away from the experience at all. The introduction is comical. They have this neat little about the author kind of thing, and that was just, it's cool kind of to see what the author's thinking sometimes or what the artist is thinking, and so it was fun to get a little bit of the background of that. Of course, the book is read backwards if you're new to this world. It is not reading left to right, it's the opposite way, and they kind of try to help you out with this little stop sign dude saying, nope, gotta read it the other way. Anyway, let's get into it. I really enjoyed the art. It reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball Z, and I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so that pulled me in immediately. I forgot how comical these stories are. This is a great comic relief at the end of the day when you come home after a long day of work. Pick up one of these and just burn through them, man. They're so easy. And I didn't realize, they say pictures are worth 1,000 words or a painting's worth 1,000 words. Legit. I mean, having the pictures inside of the storyline is really adds to the story. It was new to me. I see some pictures like, children's books and whatnot. But I guess for those people who read comic books, they understand there's just so much more can be thrown into a story if you can describe certain things through the artwork. And I really think that One Punch Man has fantastic artwork. It was really good. I found myself reliving the anime. This was really fun. I recommend both. I recommend go and checking out the anime if it's on Netflix for free still, or go to your library and see if they've got One Punch Man. I highly recommend the series. But in this first book, the dream episode cracked me up, because when you read the intro, it tells you a little bit about Saitama, that's his name, and just kind of his predicament as a hero. It's named One Punch Man for a reason. If you can't figure that out, I'm not claiming that's a spoiler. But since he's called One Punch Man, the mosquito episode is hysterical. And I don't know if you call it episode or chapter or story, but yeah, that was kind of comical. Talking about the mosquito thing, just to be give y'all my opinion of all the things considered. The mosquito episode is a bit suggestive in the outfit of the mosquito person. I would kind of lean towards the PG-13 side, just to be careful if you don't want your kiddos to see that kind of physique that early in life. But that was the only one in this book that was kind of like, oh, she could be wearing a little bit more. Just a little bit. I also enjoyed the whole concept of all of us want to be superheroes. Growing up, I want to fly, I want to be super fast, I want to be super strong. And here it kind of dips into the problem of being invincible. Like, what if you truly were the strongest thing in the world? What if you wanted a rush and you wanted to prove yourself, yet there's no worthy opponent? It was an interesting thought. That was definitely inside of book 1. Book number 1, enjoyed it. On to book number 2. Again, the art, fantastic. Really enjoyed the art. It reminded me of Full Metal Alchemist art. Whenever I was reading through this one, I was like, man, that hairstyle just kind of reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist. Not saying that it's exactly the same, but there's similarities, The instant change of pace is hysterical. I really enjoy when things become like super serious, and then Saitama opens his mouth and it's no longer serious. Sometimes he is, but like most of the stuff he does is completely comical, and it cracks me up. And let me know what your thoughts are on the Paradisers, because that was just very interesting to me. because I do feel like some people actually think like that in today's age. This is 2021. When I was reading about that, I was like, I can see that in some people. But anyway, I wanted your opinion. I want to see if you know anybody like that could use a little bit of a talking to. You need to go get a job, you know what I'm saying? And it's so funny, the like little issues, and I'm not trying to make it light, but you know, like one of my issues is I can't grow a beard, man. You don't want to see me try to grow a beard, but I got a full head of hair and it is starting to turn gray. However, Saitama, his problem is not growing a beard. His problem is the hair situation. And so it's just one of his problems anyway, because I mean that's his kind of lackey right there. He's has no issue with his hair, but yeah, that cracked me up. That that's an issue inside of this book series. I learned a new word. I didn't think I would get a new word, but I'm looking it up right now because I didn't know what it was. Askance. 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 I'll put the definition right here somewhere. New word for me. I did not know that word. Had to go Google it. Something that added to book number 2 that I really enjoyed were the flashbacks. It was kind of fun to see how Saitama started off, and I really appreciated them taking the time to kind of put that into the book so we could kind of get his character developed a little bit instead of just the One Punch Man. It was I enjoyed getting to hear his backstory. Also, I took a picture of this. That's one of the phones in the book. What is that? Is that like a razor? It's so old looking. I love it. Bringing me back, man. Bringing me back. And the death punch. Well done. Well done on the death punch. Didn't see that coming. Impressive. Good artwork. Great build up. Enjoyed that. Sorry about that. I had to bring in the dishes, go for a walk, do the dishes after we ate dinner, put the baby boy down, and we're back. Sorry that took so long. I also enjoyed the comic, plucky interactions between Saitama and Genos. The whole, I pay rent. And then he's like, did you bring a toothbrush? It's just dry humor, but it worked. It worked. I thoroughly enjoyed this manga. Again, tell me. 1 or number 2 in the comments below. Manga, manga. Comment number 1 or number 2 below. The artwork was just all over the place. I found it amazing. Certain times it looked really cartoony. At other times it looked kind of like a Japanimation. At other times, man, it was just... the mood was in the dark scene, and it was just... I don't have the page number in front of me, but just... I'm flipping through some of the photos I took. The artwork gets really realistic. I'm impressed at just the wide variety of art that was utilized in this manga. So one of the things I'm going to try to do as I review these books is I'm going to have quotes up in the corner for you to see some of the quotes that I thought were just entertaining or captured my attention. And one of the quotes that made me laugh in this book, because you're reading manga, and literally it says, "This is no time to be reading manga," and it just moves on to the next scene in the book. But it cracked me up because it's exactly what I was doing. It was the perfect time, Saitama. Perfect time. Again, the whole hair thing. Seaweed's good for hair growth, really? Gosh. The artwork with Genos powering up is amazing. That might be just my Dragon Ball Z influence coming out of me, but I thoroughly enjoyed looking at the art of Genos prepping for his kind of ultimate showdown. Just amazing. And then back to the comic relief. Some old ninja master grabs Genos and jumps off a building, and it goes from this realistic looking art to a very cartoony style, and just cracks me up. I really enjoyed it. I liked the different levels of threat. They had different categories for whenever their population was dealing with a catastrophe, and I really enjoyed just the different setups. So they had wolf, which was the lowest, then tiger, demon, dragon, then god. And we haven't seen the god level yet. I do think we saw demon. I don't think I've seen dragon yet. Tiger has been in here. Wolf, I don't think Wolf has been in here, but it explains everything, and I thought that was interesting. It was a good way to pull me into just what the different level of bad guy is, because you kind of know Saitama and Genos throughout the story, but the bad guys keep changing constantly, so this is a good way for us to kind of understand their power level without a whole backstory being needed. I also thought it was interesting how they kind of spun Saitama from being this nobody, which is a big deal to him. He does not like being a nobody. But almost becoming like the Batman figure. You know, I remember watching Batman the movies, and basically I think one of the quotes in that movie was, "I'm whatever they need me to be," or "I'm whatever the people need me to be." It seems like Saitama is about to fill that role. I really don't know that for sure, but based on some of the evidence in this, in book number, what book am I on, 2 or 3? Yeah, I'm curious if that's the route that he's going to go. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so there's this bad guy. He's a part of like this underwater society. Like maybe he's the Sea King. I'll have to look up his name and put it in here. But his character makes me think of the king in Hamilton. If you've seen the musical Alexander Hamilton, or Hamilton, maybe that's what it's called, the king, this bad guy looks like that. Like if the king were to become an anime creature or character, it would be the Sea King guy. That's exactly what came into my head when I first saw this. I also really enjoyed the bonus manga, which was inside of the stories. I don't know why it was bonus. Like, I don't know if it was an afterthought or added later, but they were entertaining. I enjoyed some more of the backstory that got pulled into the bonuses throughout the comic. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed books 1 through 4. I am enjoying that. Most of the, I guess, I'm enjoying the comic relief of it all. It's not a very serious manga. It's very entertaining. The artwork's great. I did forget to mention that there is one villain that pops up. I thought he was a good guy, but he actually seems to be a bad guy. And he is stretched through a couple of the stories inside of the manga books. So I'm curious to see what that relationship is going to turn out to be. I really don't know right now, but books 1 through 4 have got me hooked. These were at my local library, so I have to return these. But I really look forward to picking up the next 4 and reviewing them. If you like this video, hopefully it's not too long, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe. Leave in the comments below if there's a manga you think I should go read, or one that you think you would recommend to others, because I might give it a shot. Hopefully my library has it, because I found out these books are expensive. One of these big books behind me may cost $9.99, but all of these cost $9.99. And there's 20 of these for One Punch Man, and there's way more for some of the other series out there that I really want to look into. But yeah, highly recommend this if you're looking for something comic, if you're looking for something that's just quick, easy, and kind of escape the stresses of life. One Punch Man has been quite entertaining, and I look forward to reviewing the next 4 in the next One Punch Man video. Until then, keep reading, or do you even read much?